musicians on that in that orchestra. You flash forward just a couple of years later, like Coldplay with all their famous string parts on their record. That's one guy that plays, and then he uses a keyboard to play the rest. He uses a MIDI program to play the rest. So like he's programming strings and he's playing some strings on top of it. Like one guy. That's really common and has been for a decade, where one person represents an entire string section. Nobody ever listens to that and says, wow, I wonder if these are real strings. Like, does it, I remember sitting in the studio and we would listen to these recordings we were doing. We'd have huge arguments over like the snare drum. Does the snare drum sound good enough? And I looked at everybody 15 years ago. I'm like, y'all, they're going to listen to this on their phone. So who cares? Why are we wasting hours on this? Like, going to listen. And at the time, people were like, no. MP3s aren't the right sonic quality. It'll never take over the business. Well, what do you know? Like, I think it's inevitable. Like Timbaland's out here, creating AI artists with AI music. Like, there are going to be smart music people that figure out how to use AI to generate the songs and the artists, and people are going to listen to that. And in 15 years, that'll be 15. In 5 years, that'll be the majority of our pop stars.
What were we supposed to talk about here?
I don't know. The Steelers. We were going to talk about the Steelers. You know what? That brings us to a great point, Buck Rising.
I'm just double checking to make sure I didn't derail the thing.
No, you did. But we'll get to it now in just a minute, because we're going to spend the entire season talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. It is going to be an absolute epic conversation. Should it be? And the answer might surprise you. We'll break it down next. Buck and Fitz taking over Two Pros and a Cup of Joe.
Hey, it's Brady Quinn. And as a former athlete, I'm still dealing with all sorts of lingering issues, the bumps, the bruises, the back issues. So getting matched with the right mattress at Mattress Firm was a total game changer. Pun intended. Sleep plays a huge role in recovery, and finding that perfect fit really makes the difference, because there's no one-size-fits-all mattress. Mattress Firm sleep experts will match you with the right one from a wide selection of quality mattresses at every price. Get matched at Mattress Firm's 4th of July sale and sleep at night.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 27th through July 7th. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
We have a brand new accident reported at Breaker Lane and Bluff Bend Drive, causing no delay at this moment. Also, another accident reported. This is going to be 35 frontage at Grand Avenue Parkway. And then finally in Travis, an accident reported on the Mopac northbound at 2222, causing no delay. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Amazon Prime Day.
Okay, I've got some good news and I've got some great news. The good news is that Prime Day is almost here. The great news, this year you'll have 4 days to find deals on all of your favorite things. Shop Prime Day, July 8th through the 11th.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Hey, if you're listening to me right now, I have one thing every business needs most: attention. Think about it. We swipe and scroll past stuff all day. But when we're driving, cooking, and working out, we're also listening. That's the magic of audio at iHeart. We're in your next customer's ears while they're living life and listening, just like you are right now. So get your customers to listen up today using radio, digital, and podcasts. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
When it comes to getting a new car, there's a lot of options. You could spend days driving all over Central Texas, test driving different cars, different makes, different models, but you don't have to. You can take care of it all with one phone call when you lease your car from Apple Leasing. The number to call, 512-346-9977. That's 346 9977 or go to appleleasing.com. You can trade in the car that you're in right now and get into something brand new that's still under warranty, so you don't have any surprise repair bills. There's a lot of comfort in that. And they'll get you any make or any model that you want. You don't have to drive all over the place anymore to test drive cars. They'll set it up all for you at Apple Leasing. Call them today at 346-9977. Again, that's 346-9977, or go to appleleasing.com.
Do you disregard people's personal space? Sitting next to people in public, even if there are tons of open seats? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. It's Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Now through Tuesday, save up to 70% on top brands and get a queen mattress for just $89.99. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Sip bold, save big. Bordeaux is on sale at Specs. The fun starts here.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with a new way to enjoy our beautiful planet. Energy consumption is a primary contributor to a changing climate, producing around 27% of greenhouse gases in the United States. Save money and energy at home by turning off your computer completely before you go to bed. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horde. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Hordes. 1300 The Zone. Text Texas, followed by your message to 81530 to chat along with your favorite sports radio, AM 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, El Paso,
San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas,
or wherever you may be listening. This is a Throwback Thursday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. The USA men and women get dubs as USA women defeat Canada and the men beat Guatemala, and the men will play Mexico for the championship. That's right, folks. The Lakers get a center, but is it too late? So did the Knicks, and we got a conversation about that. Texas football continues to get preseason love. Cam Newton actually makes sense. Our guy Eric Henry of Horns 24/7 joins us at 7:34. And we also got history made in Major League Baseball. I am your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, our guy Marcus is holding it down for us back at the studio because I'm on the road still. But if you want to be a part of the show, all you have to do is text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, we want to give you a chance to voice your opinion, but also get a chance to voice the fact that you get a chance to win tickets to go see Lainey Wilson. All you have to do is use that new and improved iHeartRadio app. You know, the one that you download and share with all your friends to tell them to make sure that they tune in to the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone. That's how you do that. Then you tap that red microphone and you'll leave the keyword of the day, and I'll give that to you a little bit later. Well, Mark, we talked about it yesterday. We let people know your fandom when it comes to the LA Lakers. You've been talking about some of the moves that need to be made, that should have been made. You try to trade everybody and every team that they own. But the reality is the Lakers finally went out and did something. They went out and got DeAndre Ayton, a troubled big man. And the reason why I call him troubled is he's a former #1 overall pick. And now he's on another basketball team. I think this might be either his third or fourth team in a very short period of time. Now, as the #1 overall pick, we've all had to deal with people that haven't lived up to the hype, so to speak, right? It's just what it is. It's tough sometimes. But he is a guy with so much upside that but he doesn't seem to have the same work ethic as some, right? So here's LeBron James, and before they had the move, they were plus 1,000 to win the championship. Now they're plus 900. Now, let me ask you, does this make you feel better as a Lakers fan about this move?
I do, but I also have my doubts about whether or not he can get right. He's been can't get right for the last 2 years.
Agreed.
And sometimes greatness can elevate you. You're around great people, around great players, teammates, they can elevate you. But you have to have an open mind. You can't wake up an hour late and realize, oh man, it's snowing. I can't make it to practice. I can't make it to the game. He missed the game because of the inability to prepare for what the inclement weather was. Like, Hardge, where in the world do you okay, the report is there's going to be a big snowstorm. Maybe I should call my driver and say, hey, man, I need to leave 2 or 3 hours early. It's like those people that miss their flights all the time.
Hey, man, hold up.
It's not the airline. It's you. That flight was scheduled to leave at 1 o'clock. You can't show up at 12:25 and think you can check your bag. So he's got to work through those kind of issues. If they can fix that kind of stuff, those are little things, those are not on the court problems. If you fix the off the court problems, the Lakers, their #1 weakness is they didn't have nobody in the post that could turn a defense away from driving the basket.
Yeah, but was those events happening when he was in Phoenix at first? I don't recall him having these issues until he left Phoenix, till he was traded.
Well, he had the boo-boo face in Phoenix.
Yeah, he was.
I'm understanding he wants to be the focal point, and you cannot be the focal point with Devin Booker on your team and Kevin Durant.
Well, what's interesting is when they signed.
That's being delusional.
When they brought Chris Paul in, that was pretty much his best years when they brought Chris Paul in.
Because Chris Paul is Chris Paul is a demander. That's right. Chris Paul is not going to put up with it. And that's why I think, too, obviously we talk about what LeBron does to keep himself in shape, but we also look at the leadership. And he's not Kobe Bryant when it comes to the leadership, because Kobe Bryant wouldn't put up with that. He was getting on Shaq, and Shaq's a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted them rings. But in the reality of this move, it is something that we got to continue to look at and try to figure out what's next for this organization. Is he going to be the piece that is going to change the way that this organization looks? Remember, we talked about the new ownership group. There's new ownership that will be taken over during that time. So they're going out. Then, of course, the team is now Luka Doncic. This is Luka's team. They're building pieces around Luka. If they can create that pick in that lob city, that pick and roll, throw it up, and Andre Ayton decides, hey, I really want to be considered one of the better players in the league. But living in LA, this, Mark, it's a different type of animal. If you have trouble getting up because you can't check the weather on a snowstorm, how you gonna get there trying to get to the Staples Center if you don't know LA?
Hey, have you heard about the 405 parking lot?
Yeah, exactly.
That is a real thing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a guy that has trust issues.
I've been on the 405 leaving Los Angeles trying to get to Burbank. It took me an hour and 50 minutes to go 15 miles.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
crazy.
those are the types of things that I'm talking about with this guy. So I'm hopeful that it does work out. But transition, another team that you kind of fancy is the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks are a team that has had a very, very interesting offseason in the fact that they fire a coach that led them to their best record in over 20 years, got them into the Eastern Conference Finals, and yet they decide to fire Tom Thibodeau, whatever the vibe would be, and they thought that they had their guy. But every guy that they wanted kept saying no. And now they get Mike Brown. Mike Brown, a former coach of the year, done an excellent job, got fired at multiple stops. But my question is, well, you know what? I'm not even going to ask the question. I'm going to let Rob Parker tell you his thoughts because he's
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
If I'm a New York Knicks fan today, I am melancholy. I am a Debbie Downer. I am distraught because Mike Brown really – the Knicks, Mike Brown's been around. What is this, his fifth start? It's going to be like his fifth team, I should say. I know he did the Cavs twice, but this will be like his fifth time being a head coach. And very seldom, Kelvin Washington, does a coach win a championship after making that many stops, okay? It just normally doesn't happen that way. I can think of one guy it's happened to, and that's about it off the top of my head, who made numerous stops and won later on in his career. So the Knicks wanted Larry Brown, but I think they got closer to Charlie Brown by hiring Mike Brown. I mean, Larry Brown did it. Larry Brown won a Pistons with the championship with the Pistons later after being with a lot of teams. But he ain't Larry Brown. Larry Brown also won a championship in college.
Yeah.
Larry Brown's the only coach who won in the NBA and in college basketball. So you're talking about a select group. Mike Brown hasn't won anything. Zero. Zip. Nada. They thought they had something going in Sacramento, couldn't win the big game, right? There were a couple times where you thought the Kings are going to advance. They're going to beat the Warriors and move on.
Right.
No way, no how. I don't know how you get excited. To me, it feels like the Knicks went to kick the football, and they got it pulled from them. They missed it.
I agree with them missing it. And the reason why I say that they missed it is because Mike Brown, I'm a big Mike Brown fan. So contrary to what Rob Parker's talking about, I think he's going to do an excellent job. But the reality of it is it's going to be hard to replace a coach that won 53 games.
3 things, Hardge. He's a hater.
I know you're not a Rob Parker.
I know that's your guy, but I'm just letting you go. Letting you know right now.
Yeah.
He's hating. Secondly, you need to score 105 points if you're going to win in the NBA. The Knicks have not been scoring a lot. They playing this Thibodeau defensive game. And 3, the Golden State Warriors had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. You can't just say the Kings are going to beat that. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. We're just getting started on a Throwback Thursday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. When we come back, Texas football still getting all the accolades, and I'm loving it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Text Texas, followed by your message to 81530 to chat along with your favorite sports radio AM 1300 The Zone hosts. That's Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply.
The JV and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
In the Windsor Hills area, we do have an accident reported Breaker Lane and Bluff Bend Drive, causing no delay. Also, another accident reported on Mopac northbound at 2222. And then finally, we have a stall blocking the off-ramp, partially blocking it, by the way. Mopac southbound is the off-ramp to Westover Road. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Bobby Bones here with some easy trivia. What does the Staples easy button say? That was easy. Boom. I mean, that was easy. You knew that, right? And now you know to press it for prints, shipping, and even passport photos. Plus, next day delivery to over 98% of the U.S. I see you, Staples. That was easy.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Level up your summer projects with 4th of July savings on top brand cordless power tools from the Home Depot. Whether you're working on a fence, a planter box, or a new workbench, get the power and runtime you need with the Ryobi One Plus 18-volt 2 toolkit from the Home Depot for only $99 plus $139. Get 4th of July savings on the cordless power you need to make summer projects easier than ever. Right now at the Home Depot.
Celebrating the 4th of July weekend calls for an ice-cold Budweiser and planning ahead for a safe ride home. This Independence Day weekend, Anheuser-Busch, Mad, Uber, Brown Distributing, and The Zone encourage you to decide to ride if you plan on drinking.
The last thing anyone wants is to leave behind confusion, stress, or worse, family conflict. That's why estate planning isn't just for the wealthy. It's for families like mine, and probably like yours. With Trust and Will, I created my estate plan in minutes, from naming guardians for my kids to putting our house in a trust to avoid probate. Fast, affordable, and way easier than I thought. Every plan is designed by estate planning attorneys and customized for your state. Plans start at just $199 and include essentials like healthcare directives and power of attorney. With Trust and Will's bank-level security and built-in privacy protections, your personal information and your wishes stay safe. Whether you're newly married, raising kids, caring for aging parents, or just want peace of mind, Trust and Will makes it easy to protect what matters most. Go to trustandwill.com, use code RADIO at checkout, and save 20% on your personalized plan. Because there's no better time to protect the people you love. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Need space that's designed to last? Mueller Inc. delivers pre-engineered steel buildings customized for your style. From garages and workshops to barns, warehouses, even airplane hangars. Our bolt-together buildings are designed to last decades with proper installation and maintenance. Designed for strength, engineered for Texas. Visit us today at any of our locations across the Austin area, including Marble Falls and Spicewood. Or go to MuellerInc.com.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month and experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying forwarded. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card within 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Your home for the Horns.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, a throwback Thursday edition of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Mike Hardball, Hardge, world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer D. Mark Henry, and of course we've got our guy Marcus behind the boards. Coming up in the following segment, we will have Eric Henry of Horns 24/7, talking all things Texas as we get into this conversation right now about the Texas Longhorns. Mark, Texas has been getting a lot of love, and rightfully so in certain positions. We expect to see a lot of players have successful seasons. And at the beginning of the season, you know as well as I do, you get an opportunity to understand what it's all about as far as the hype train. We've talked to Arch Manning, and you don't want to miss the 8 o'clock segment about what's been said and what's going on. And I think it's going to be fire as normal. But I want to get into this conversation. Preseason All-American teams, and Walter Camp is the award of all awards. That Walter Camp Award is just like the Heisman Trophy when you sit back and really look at who won that and how people are viewed in that. And so he has the All-American Awards. And on that All-American team is obviously some guys that represent the University of Texas. 2 first-team players on the defensive side of the ball is Colin Simmons and Anthony Hill Jr. These are 2 guys that are going to be stalwarts on this football team. They're important pieces to this football team. And on that he's on, those 2 are on the first team, and on the second team, a person that we talked a little bit about yesterday, Michael Taft, is on the second team. And getting named to these teams, obviously, it's the beginning of the season, so it's always good to talk about it. But these guys
didn't make it.
Huh?
Muhammad didn't make it.
No, nope.
Wow.
But this is the part of it to where you put your name out there, and now people will really start focusing on you. And not only are you on these All-American lists, you're up for major awards. And I've already said this, and you know this because you've talked about it as well. I think Colin Simmons, if you've never seen Colin Simmons up close, him and Anthony Hill are 2 of the more defined younger men that I've ever seen in my life. Like they are, and I saw Jesse Armstead when he was in high school, when Jesse Armstead was Superman. Like that dude was ridiculous. And I thought I'd never see anybody else like him. But Colin Simmons from Duncanville, he is definitely that type of guy.
Hard, you know Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
So Ron Simmons is in the Ring of Honor at Florida State.
Yep.
He was up for the Heisman playing nose tackle at Florida State. Just to put it in perspective, who this guy, consensus All-American, the number 1 player in college football on defensive side of the ball. I saw Ron Simmons in the gym, and you know how you just stop and look at somebody and you go, how would I beat him if it came down to it?
Right.
When a man looks at another man and goes, okay, I'm a little intimidated. How would I beat this dude? That's the same feeling I got when I saw Colin Simmons the first time. He was a kid. And I went, oh my God, this dude is big.
Yeah.
Oh, and then somebody said, oh, that's Colin Simmons. That's a freshman. I say, ain't no way. He's a freshman. He looked 30.
Yeah.
The dude is a man. And
that's what it's all about.
Guys with skill, with size like that, and those physical tools, and they have ability and want to and hunger and desire to be great, dangerous. Very, very dangerous.
And that's the thing that I don't say I just kind of marvel at, but I do take solace in the fact that when you watch these kids and watch the development, and you see a Colin Simmons, who's a young man that made an impact, and Anthony Hill Jr., who made the impact before him, the year before him, it is something that you can't deny. I mean, Colin Simmons was the Sean Alexander National Freshman of the Year last year. You know, and was able to do that. And then, of course, you got Michael Taft, who is the leader of all leaders. We talked a little bit about him. You know, this is the true meaning of started from the bottom. Now I'm here. And he is in the mix to all these awards. Texas has done a really good job of developing, and that goes back to that other part. Yes, you definitely have to recruit well. There's no doubt about that. But when you recruit the right people and they show development and they come in and get the work in and do the things that they're supposed to do, that's a compliment to your recruiting services. That's a compliment to your development part of it. But more importantly, that's a compliment to those kids understanding what opportunities are in front of them.
How about people like Derek Johnson working with these guys and getting their aptitude higher to understand what they're going to be doing and to get mentored by, and the Michael Huffs, the Thorpe Award winners that are leading the other young men in the secondary. Like Coach Sark is done not just a good job of teaching, but also mentoring and putting guys in place that has been there and done that. And it's easier to listen. It's easier to take understanding from somebody that actually did that. And you can prove it. You can see it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's every program, I'm sure, wishes they had a Derek Johnson and a Michael Huff in the assistants roles to the coaches.
Well, you look at it as a whole. On Pro Football Focus's All-American team, Cade Klubnik is the starting quarterback from Austin Westlake. He is turned his career around because it's so funny when a guy struggles at the quarterback position. People seem to turn on them so fastly. And when Cade Klubnik turned his career around and turned everything around for himself, now everybody's looking at him as a possible number 1 overall draft pick. Right. They're looking at him as a guy that could possibly win the Heisman. It's just a funny change of events that happened so fast for this young man. And he's lived up to the hype that I thought he was going to be when he went to Clemson. Also on that list, local superstar Leonard Moore. We've had Leonard Moore on our show before. He is he's somebody that you were just talking about, the Thorpe Award. Yeah, I would think that his name will be right there as well with Jahdae Barron and Travis Hunter from last year. Leonard Moore was just as good as all of those.
We
guys.
had senior.
Yeah.
And his son is a cornerback or a defensive back because he can play safety too.
Yeah.
At Notre Dame.
Yep.
And Leonard Moore Jr. is an outstanding player. I got to see him up close and personal. He played against my son here in Austin, and he was a force getting off the bus.
Yeah.
Kick return, punt return, safety, wide receiver, wildcat quarterback. He served Gatorade. He told the scouting report. Like that dude did everything.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have one of those on your team too.
Yeah, it's amazing when you think about the development. It goes back to what we talked about, the development. I saw Leonard Moore Jr. when he was playing flag football, 7-on-7. And I was like, man, he moves different. And then I found out, I talked to Dr. Moore, and I was like, oh, I see. Okay, I got you. He said, yeah, I told you he was coming. And now he is showing that he is still that talented and continues to rise up those draft charts and everything else that we were talking about. When we come back, we'll have our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247, Breaking Down Texas, talking about the hype train that is going on in college football when it comes to the Texas Longhorns. Don't forget to download that always free iHeartRadio app. But coming up next, E. Henry of Horns 24/7. Don't go anywhere. The morning kickoff rolls on.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Well, on the Mopac northbound at 2222, we have an accident reported right around that area, causing really no delay. Also, we have a stall blocking the off-ramp. Mopac southbound is the off-ramp to Westover. It's stop-and-go traffic back from 45th Street. And then good news, an accident cleared out in the Windsor Hills area, Breaker Lane and Bluff Bend Drive. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you want the lowest price. With their lowest price guarantee, if you find a qualifying lower price on the same item, they'll match it. Price match applies to the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how they'll match price at Lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
This is Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. Discover the true taste of Texas at Mom's Food Smokehouse and Delicatessen, where everything is handcrafted in-house, from the mustard to the bacon. Proudly featured in the inaugural Michelin Guide of Texas. They source the finest products from local producers. Visit us at 5811 Manor Road, Austin, Texas, or find them at your favorite farmer's market. Pre-order their barbecue today. Don't you keep the best delicatessen in Austin a secret. Tell them Mark Henry sent you.
The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is coming to Round Rock July 17th through the 20th at Dell Diamond. Watch these legendary AUSL Pro softball players on the Bandits and Volts battle it out, including Sis Bates, Rachel Garcia, Skylar Wallace, Texas-owned Bella Dayton, and many more. To learn more, go to the AUSL.com and get your tickets today. That's the AUSL.com for tickets. Athletes Unlimited Softball, July 17th through the 20th at Dell Diamond in Round Rock. AUSL, this is legendary.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
At Henna Chevrolet, the price we agree on is the exact price you'll pay.
I was at a Chevy dealer recently, found the car I wanted, agreed on a price, and made it all the way to the financing table. Before they mentioned the $2,500 mandatory dealer package, they added mandatory, as in they refused to remove it. So I left and went to Henna.
For straightforward, all-inclusive pricing, come in and together let's drive at Henna Chevrolet or Henna.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 27th through July 7th. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry. Terry! Keep awkwardly chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it. Woo! Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
The NBA adjusted former Spurs coach Greg Popovich's career record, removing the 77 games that he missed last season, which boosted his winning percentage. Lakers signed former Blazers center DeAndre Ayton to a 2-year deal. Jose Altuve hit a go-ahead 2-run single in the 6th to lead the Astros over the Rockies at Coors Field. I'm Ronza Moss.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent. Thrivent. Planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
It's official. The verdict is in for Sean Diddy Combs. After a headline-making trial, the jury has found him guilty on 2 charges and cleared him on 3 others. So what does this mean for Diddy's future and what happens next? Tap into iHeartRadio right now for full coverage, exclusive analysis, and the latest updates on this breaking news story.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. It is Thursday, so you know what that means. We're once again joined by our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247, breaking it down like no other. You can follow him at Eric C. Henry _. And Eric, first off, the season never stops for guys like yourself, bro. You're always on the grind. You're trying to get it done. And I read an article, and I appreciate the work because you got to find the work a lot of times, right, at this time of the year. So right now you've done a little article that I really enjoyed so far, and it's called the Texas Football Expanded Production Series. Right. And right now you did one on a guy from the 254 that I'm a big fan of, Jelani McDonald.
Yeah, as always, good morning. Appreciate y'all having me on. I kind of got to chuckle there hard. Yeah, this time of year, you got to find the work, and guys like me, I'm not going to be like, oh, Arch is going to be the greatest quarterback since Tim Tebow. So I'm going to try to give the people something substantive, So, yeah, go check it out, horns247.com. It's an expanded preview series. So the crux, the genesis for the series was essentially, Texas graduated a lot of players, not just this year, but last year as well. Over 24 players graduate to the NFL. So you are going to have more inexperience coming in. Now, inexperience doesn't mean you don't have talent. A guy like Jelani McDonald, who played a little over 375 snaps last year, try to project what could he look like with starter level snaps. For point of reference, your safeties last year in Andrew Makuba and Michael Taft both played over 675 snaps. So taking a guy like Jelani, very dynamic athlete, had 33 tackles last year. I think you got a chance to see what he could look like in that quote unquote expanded production, expanded role when he started at Vanderbilt. Remember, Andrew Makuba couldn't go in Nashville that day. Jelani McDonald had to step in, made 7 tackles. Derek Williams went out for the year at Oklahoma. Jelani McDonald stepped in, saw his snaps increase. So I think you got an early look last year at what expanded production could be in my mind. And we'll see whether guys he's going to play at the safety, at the star. That still remains to be seen. Don't necessarily focus on the position as much as it is what can he do with expanded playing time. And you see someone who brings a dynamic presence, heavy hitter. And in my opinion, especially if he is playing star, I think he could remind you guys a lot of Jahdae Barron in 2022, making plays at the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage, getting his hands on balls everywhere. So check it out. It's up at horns247.com.
Man, you talked about his ability to come up and tackle. I really do feel like if that guy has the frame to be a linebacker if he wanted to. I mean, he is a big, well put together guy and with a lot of room to grow. Do you feel like that he's best served staying closer to the line because he actually can cover?
Mark, that's a great question. You're talking about a kid who played corner almost exclusively in high school. All right. So think about that. He's got the corner skills, kind of the corner athletic background. But as you said, in college, he's grown into his frame a little bit, bigger, could be about 215 right now. I think he's a guy who probably his best role in my mind is as a dime linebacker, so that star role where he gets to do the things in coverage when asked, right? Now, the key and the thing that made Jahdae Barron special, and the reason why Jahdae Barron is one of the most special players I've ever covered, was his IQ, his ability to read the play before the play. We'll see if Jelani McDonald can be that guy. Of course, that helps Jahdae, make certain plays at the line of scrimmage. But in terms of just being a physical presence, combined with the athleticism, absolutely. As a dime linebacker, I think that would be a pretty excellent role, quite frankly, in PK's system.
I love it. We're talking to Eric Henry of Horns 24/7. You can follow him at Eric C. Henry _ and get the latest from the guys at Horns 247. So, I wanted to ask about this too, man, because obviously the hype, like you talk about, the hype train was about Arch Manning. We'll talk enough about him throughout this time. But a guy that I can't wait to truly see blossom is Colin Simmons. And I know it sounds crazy that, you're waiting for him to blossom, because you look at him and his maturity level is off the chain, not just physically, but the ability to go play football. How high is that ceiling for that young man?
Hardge, I said this on our Horns 24/7 podcast yesterday. I'm trying to think of edge rushers in my lifetime. Chip mentioned Derek Thomas, and Derek Thomas lived before my time. I'm trying to think of college edge rushers in my lifetime that I can remember. The only ones that come to mind that I think he has this ceiling, and I know it may take you off guard, but we're talking Terrell Suggs, we're talking Jadeveon Clowney, we're talking Julius Peppers. Those are the guys that I remember from college who could take over a game at any time. I think Colin Simmons has that ability. The first step is there. You guys saw that last year. His first step, his get off the ball that's just an innate thing, right? I used to talk about with Micah Parsons all the time. You're kind of born with that. I think Colin's ability to play the run, and I know that's not necessarily the sexy thing, but Colin talked about it, saying, hey, I've got to be an all-around edge, right? I can't be a guy who, if they just see me pin my ears back, they're going to attack me in that sense. Smart teams. We're not talking about, no disrespect, the San Jose States of the world and the UTEPs, right? We're talking about when you're game planning in the college football playoff, good offensive coordinators, the Chip Kellys of the world, they're going to be like, all right, we see this thing, we can attack. So Colin knows he has to be well-rounded. But in terms of his ceiling, I know he's spoken openly about wanting to break the Texas single-season sack record by Kiki Diala. I think it's 23.5. I don't know if I'm willing to give him that just yet, but I do think he can be a game wrecker every single game.
I'm giving you some homework.
Okay.
I want you to go back and look at the Michigan game and watch the one-arm stab where he put the tackle on his rear end.
Okay.
And it made me go, okay, this dude is not just a pass rusher.
Right.
And you look at him, and he's 260 pounds, I guess. Maybe he may be more now. Big, fast, explosive, but you're waiting on him to hit that hard outside rush, and he leans into you and just puts his hand under your chin and drives you back with one arm and puts a 310 6'6" guy on his butt like that. He's special, and we lucky to have him. I had to put my Texas hat on because I see you and Hardge both representing that burnt orange. I was like, I can't be left out.
Mark, real quick, when you talk about Colin Simmons in terms of, the pass rush ability, you got to look at this from an offensive tackle perspective, right? If you are a right tackle or a left tackle and you're trying to get out, this being a big man, Mark, you're trying to get out of your stance, get into that pass pro, just the threat of that first step gets you off balance. You bring back inside, you bring a power move. That's almost an unbeatable combination.
Yeah, he's special.
Before we let you go, because we're up against it, I wanted to ask you about the Dylan Volantis just killing it on the circuit as well for a single season. What I told somebody the other day, he's a Friday night guy moving forward. It'll be interesting to see how he does in the starting role. But what he was asked to do this year was amazing, and he got rewarded for it.
Yeah, Hardge, real quick, it's funny you talk about that. Obviously, the accolades and awards keep rolling in. I posed this question over on our message boards. Where does Dylan Volantis' true freshman season rank, not just in Texas baseball history, but across sports, right? We're talking about the Kevin Durant's of the world, the TJ Fords of the world, Cat Ostermans, et cetera. I know from baseball, I talk about Brooks Kieschnick and some other guys, right? Houston Street, I believe, set a record as a freshman. So that's the company that Dylan Volantis is in after his freshman year.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, man. I can't wait to see what's next for this young man as he gets stronger and understands what it's like to be a college pitcher at this level. And I credit a lot of it and his strength to water polo, because he's a water polo player too. So as always, man, we appreciate you getting it in with us, and enjoy the rest of the week, the holiday, and just be safe out there, Doc.
You too, fellas. Appreciate y'all.
No problem. Coming up next, we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Lainey Wilson. That's right. And, of course, we're going to tell a little bit of history when it comes to Major League Baseball. Right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Light the tower burnt orange.
Grounded to short, backhanded by Good, fires to first. Texas Texas wins the national championship.
Texas softball has won their first national championship in program history.
The Longhorns are on top of the college softball world.
1300 The Zone, the home of national champion Texas softball.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
Well, on the Mopac northbound at 2222, we have an accident reported right around that area, causing really no delay. Also, we have a stall blocking the off-ramp. Mopac southbound is the off-ramp to Westover. It's stop-and-go traffic back from 45th Street. And then good news, an accident cleared out in the Windsor Hills area, Breaker Lane and Bluff Bend Drive. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole new floor inside your Macy's store. And right now, you'll find the latest summer styles all for under $25. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. So don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
Craig Way here, and no matter who you listen to on the air and no matter which team you root for, we can all agree in recommending Dr. Greg Eckert as your dentist. Dr. Eckert has been serving the Austin area for 30 years now. He's been my dentist for more than a decade. Greg Eckert and his staff will show you what your situation is, and they'll tell you what they can do to help so that you can make the informed decision about your dental health care needs. Give Dr. Eckert a call today at 512-345-3166. They're open on Fridays if that works for you. 512-345-3166 for Dr. Greg Eckert.
With great deals coming this Prime Day, July 8th through the 11th, greatness is a deal away. So if you love baking, you can get a deal on a new mixer, transforming you into the Lord of the Loaves.
Hear ye! Make way for the badding of brioche, the sultan of sourdough, the Lord of the Loaves, Prime Member Dave!
Yeah, hi?
Shop great deals this Prime Day, July 8th through the 11th.
In the podcast, The United States of Kennedy, two Kennedy-obsessed hosts with contrasting perspectives take a deep dive into the Kennedy family's impact, good and bad, on American culture. This week, we're talking about Teddy Kennedy and Chappaquiddick.
There's the official record, and then there's a lot of other theories about what happened that night, and I have my own.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow the United States of Kennedy and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Dick's epic 4th of July sale is on. Get summer ready with 25% off select Stanley drinkware. Get 20% off Igloo coolers and water bottles and select bog bags. Buy one, get one 50% off DSG coolers, canopies, chairs, and water bottles. $200 off Callaway AI smoke irons and TaylorMade QI10 drivers. These deals won't last. Stock up for summer now, in-store or online at Dicks.com. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce!
It's Spruce, the new hardworking, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
After 48 years, Factory Mattress is going out of business forever. Over $15 million worth of world-class mattress brands must be sold immediately. Up to 80% off at Austin and San Antonio's largest independent mattress retailer. Everything must go, right down to the bare walls. Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. No interest financing is still available. The Factory Mattress going out of business sale is happening now at all 14 locations. Don't miss it.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horn. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Cross Country.
Let's give 'em something to talk about.
Cross Country is the sound of Americana blending country, rock, and America's greatest songwriters. Bob Dylan and Bonnie Raitt to Chris Stapleton and Zach Bryan. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Cross Country, and listen now. Free never sounded so good.
It's the Craig Way Show with Craig Way and Cameron Parker. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Great stuff from our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247. Make sure you follow him at Eric C. Henry _. Right now, we want to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Lainey Wilson. That's right, Lainey Wilson. Tomorrow, September the 18th at the Moody Center. All you got to do is tap that red microphone on that new and improved iHeartRadio app and leave the keyword moonshine. Moonshine is the keyword of the day. And I might as well give you the keyword for tomorrow as well. It's Laredo. We will not be on the air tomorrow. You'll have national radio tomorrow as we will be taking tomorrow off. But Moonshine and Laredo gives you a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Lainey Wilson.
Also, I know it's a holiday, Hardge, and people like to partake of the libations. But guys, moonshine, don't do it.
Just leave the keyword. Don't actually drink it. Make sure you tune in this afternoon for the Craig Way Show. They're going to give you an opportunity to win a pair of tickets as well to another event coming to the Moody Center. Last night, history was made in the major leagues, and it sounded a little bit like this.
The ravine rises, ready to erupt.
Clayton Kershaw had history made as well. So it is always exciting when you're getting a chance to witness history. He becomes the 20th pitcher to be a part of the 3,000 strikeout club, made his major league debut as a 20-year-old on May the 25th in 2008. Now he's 37 years old, and he joins the likes of, obviously, Nolan Ryan is the strikeout king. He's got 5,714 career strikeouts that span. Think about this. Nolan Ryan pitched for 27 years. Think about that. Just take a second to take that all in. Pitched for 27 years. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It will wear out, man. Like that dude right there, they need to take some of his genetics and make some clones.
Yeah, he did. He's got some children.
7 years?
Yeah, 27 years.
I think he tried that himself and it didn't go as well.
Yeah, unbelievable. So you start to think about it and you look at what Clayton Kershaw was able to do. Kershaw joins Steve Carlton, Randy Johnson, and Nolan Ryan. He will be able to do that. But as a left-handed pitcher, Randy Johnson, 4,875. Steve Carlton, 4,136. CC Sabathia, 3,093. Clayton Kershaw, 3,000, and he'll continue to count. Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer are the only other active people in the 3,000 strikeout club. And Dave Roberts was there for most of this, and he's proud of his pitcher.
And Dave, you mentioned kind of just being a fan of baseball. Kind of one of the big arguments is who's the pitcher of this generation. You saw Max's 3,000 strikeout. You've seen Verlander a lot. Does this kind of put him over the top and just kind of, do you think he's the pitcher of the generation? Just kind of what makes him stand out?
I think so. I think that as much as he's won the ERA, the strikeouts, the wins, 2 championships, But yeah, I think he's the pitcher of the generation. I think the thing that probably impresses me the most is the consistency of preparation. I think that anytime you make an all-star team, you win a Cy Young, you win an MVP, you win a World Series, you get a contract, another contract. With Clayton, there's never been a letdown in how he prepares. And, whether, like I said earlier, he was doing dry work or, the stuff in the weight room and his sprints before, he's going to be doing sprints tomorrow. He's going to be running 120 feet tomorrow in left field. And he's done it for 18 years. So for me, it's hard when things are going well or bad to remain consistent with how you prepare. And I think that's, for me, very, very admirable. And that's certainly underselling. I just don't have an adjective to describe that.
Well, let me just tell you this, a 3-time Cy Young Award winner and a MVP. He has a career record of 216 and 94. He's got a career ERA of 2.51 in 18 seasons. Yeah.
How long you think he can go?
Dude, he's done. I mean, I think the reason why, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I think because his body has broken down so much over the years, he's had to deal with so many injuries. I think his deal is if Matthew Stafford, who was his little league and high school teammate, continues to play, then he's going to continue to play. When Matthew Stafford walks away, I think he's walking away. And you can mark the tape on that one, because I think that if both of these guys, because they're both performing at a high level. I mean, think about the numbers. But I just think, one thing that I've noticed is when he was talking about the consistency, right, of what he does every single day, how he does the work and where he goes to get it done. That is going to be the most difficult part of when he walks away. It's that consistency. He's going to be running those sprints. He's going to be doing his bullpen. He's going to be doing all these different things. And as your body continues to break down, and he's dealt with back issues, he's dealt with arm issues, he's had some issues. So I hope he goes on. I mean, they're going to probably win again because they're that talented. They got Shohei, they got Mookie, they got a doggone good team. So he's going to get another opportunity to come back and help them continue this great epic run. And now we have a 3,000th strikeout pitcher in the major leagues once again. Hour number 1 is in the books. Coming up in hour number 2. Oh, have we mentioned Arch Manning yet? Well, go stay right here. We're about to do it. Yeah, right here on the morning kickoff on a Throwback Thursday edition on Sports Radio AM 1300. Listen.
What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
At Straight Talk, we are all about no-brainers. Calling grandma for her recipe, no-brainer. Streaming one more episode at 2 a.m., big no-brainer. Getting real unlimited data where you buy bananas, the ultimate no-brainer. Switch now and get a free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G or Moto G Power 5G 2025 with select plans. Straight Talk, real unlimited data. Available at Walmart and straighttalk.com. Offer valid through 7/20/25. Taxes and fees apply. Requires in-store activation of single line gold unlimited plan or higher. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com/terms. Copyright 2025 Verizon.
There's nothing like King's Hawaiian sliders and summer grilling season. They go together. You got King's Hawaiian, soft, fluffy, irresistible rolls, slider buns, so versatile, perfect for any slider. No matter if you're looking to grill chicken or beef or pork, seafood, anything you can think of. You're going to put it on the grill. You can put it on a King's Hawaiian slider bun. Kick off summer grilling season. Pick up a pack of those irresistible King's Hawaiian rolls in the bakery or deli section, your local grocery store. There's nothing like it.
Are you shopping for a new car? You want to trade in the car that you have? You're just a little tired of it. Maybe it doesn't fit your needs anymore. Well, you can trade that car in and get into a brand new under warranty car from Apple Leasing, and they'll get you any make and any model that you want with one phone call. You heard that right. No matter what you want, they'll get it for you at Apple Leasing. Call them at 346-9977 or go to appleleasing.com and start your shopping there. It's literally as easy as one phone call. Maybe there's a couple, 3 different cars. You're not exactly sure which one you want yet. Tell Apple Leasing which ones they are. They'll set up a test drive. Next thing you know, you're in a brand new under warranty vehicle from Apple Leasing. Call them today, 346-9977. That's 346-9977, or go to their website. It's appleleasing.com. Appleleasing.com.
You've got an app for your music, but what about your favorite morning show, sports team, or live local news and weather?
See things start to change.
Yep, there's an app for all that too. iHeartRadio. Download the #1 app for radio, the free iHeartRadio app.
Find your iHeartRadio everywhere. There are hundreds of ways to experience iHeartRadio at home and on the go, beyond the iPhone and Android app, and at iHeartRadio.com. Here's another way to connect to iHeartRadio: Apple CarPlay. Our iOS app comes alive in your car's dashboard with a seamless way to play your favorite music, radio stations, and podcasts. Developed with driver safety in mind, the Apple CarPlay interface was built for simple navigation and to limit driver distraction while making sure you can still access all your favorite content from iHeartRadio. No need to download another app. Just plug or pair your iPhone with your dash, and if CarPlay is available in your vehicle, iHeartRadio will sync automatically. iHeartRadio, everywhere you want to listen, including in your car through Apple CarPlay. Check it out for free now. iHeartRadio, anywhere you want to listen, iHeartRadio is there.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KVET AM Austin. Your home for the Horde. Make us the #1 preset in your car and on the free new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Hordes. 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Mike Hardball Hardge, world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, the Mark Henry. And of course, we've got our guy Marcus on the boards. In hour number 1, we talked about the Lakers finally getting a center, but it might be a little bit too late. And Mike Brown, well, some people aren't a fan. I'm a fan of it, but why did you get rid of Tom Thibodeau if you're the New York Knicks? We also talked Texas football players still getting love. We also got a chance to talk to Eric Henry of Horns 24/7, and we just heard about Clayton Kershaw getting his 3,000th strikeout. Outstanding work for that young man in his 18th season. But as we promised, we hadn't talked about it, but we're about to get into it. Arch Manning. That's right. He continues. He continues to be the topic of conversation. He continues to move the needle on so many different levels. But the funny thing about it is, I never, ever, ever thought I was going to agree with Cam Newton because, well, Cam is actually he views the world a little bit differently. And this is a guy that is an elite athlete himself. He knows what it's about. And I find it interesting that I am actually saying this is one of his more reasonable, logical, and more thought out takes. And I appreciate this take.
They went into the University of Texas with the understanding that they're trying to put Arch Manning in the best situation to be developed over time. It's not about playing. That's going to come. But who's going to develop this specific talent to be the best talent by the time he's eligible to go to the next level? A lot of these parents and a lot of these players get so jaded off of the fact that, hey, I'm trying to play early. No. Scratch that. Go somewhere that after 3 years, you could put yourself in a position to go to the league. That doesn't mean that I'm going somewhere where I could play early or start. Just because you're starting doesn't mean you're getting developed. I've always felt like I was more talented than Tim Tebow, but I needed Tim Tebow to show me what I lacked. Tim Tebow is an unbelievable leader, verbally and by actions. Arch would be a fool if he has not learned anything from Quinn Ewers, how he prepared, how he lead his team, and just how he handled and managed the expectations for being a quarterback at a university like Texas. The synonym for Heisman is hype. The player who has the most hype typically wins the Heisman. I don't think another quarterback has had this much hype at the University of Texas since the great Vince Young. You are a freaking fool if you don't think Cooper Manning, Archie Manning, Eli Manning, and Peyton Manning has any type of involvement with the decision-making of their nephew, their grandson, or their son. Because with a name like Manning, it holds a lot of weight in this football world.
Love it.
Wow. Who was that?
Profound. He was profound.
Newton.
Yeah, that's Cameron Jarrell Newton.
Whoa.
Yes.
Mama call him Cameron.
Daddy, Mama call him Cameron Jarrell when he in trouble.
Oh yeah, man, that was very, very good for him because he's usually kind of hyperbolic.
Yep,
but he laid it out there. Like we've been talking about this the whole time. Like him being allowed to develop and not be thrown to the wolves. This is the first season that he's going to be an actual starting quarterback.
Yep.
Since high school. And he's had ample time to get acclimated to the system. He's had the mentor and he knows all the cues to make all the calls, knows what everybody's responsibilities are. He just has to monitor the hype.
Yep.
The hype is going to tell him to go for another yard. Run this way. He's going to have to like stay to the plan. And if the plan is a rollout and you got to run. But don't try to freelance. That's the thing that I don't want him to do it just because he can.
Well, the things that he was saying in there about the development part is, what everybody is always saying. If you go back and listen to some of the commentators, well, if he was that much better than Quinn Ewers, why was Sark not playing him? And it was like, because he wasn't better at the time for what Sark needed. Like, I don't understand why people don't get that. There's so many people that have talented players behind them. Did you know that after Vince Young left that Colt McCoy was going to be Colt McCoy? No, you didn't know that. But you knew that, hey, the kid, if he put on some weight, he's going to do these types of things. He's going to be pretty good. And you look at what this journey was for all of these quarterbacks. I mean, he said something, too, about his time when he was at Florida with Tim Tebow. But you also forget about Chris Leak was there, too. Tim Tebow shared time with Chris Leak when he came in. So there's stepping stones, I guess you would say, for a lot of people, and what we've been able to witness with Quinn Ewers and Arch. And like Cam said, you'd be a fool not to pay attention to how he handled things. And we played some commentary earlier from Arch Manning from the Manning camp, and he talked about learning things from Quinn Ewers.
And that's also how you earn your respect of your teammates, because you earned that position.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, those guys know that he puts in the work. You hear how teammates talk about him. And just like former Texas Longhorn, who was a transfer, Matthew Golden, he's talking about what he expects to see from Arch as well.
Arch a dog, man. You know, I'm excited to see what he about to do. Texas, man, that's my school, you know, so I'm excited to see what them boys do this year. You know, they got Ohio State week 1, so that's the game I'm waiting on. We gotta get that get back, man.
Gotta get that get back. Gotta get that get back. And the get back comes from a quarterback like Arch Manning, a head coach like Steve Sarkisian, and a running game and a wide receiver room and those tight ends that are on some hype train type of stuff right now too. It changes the whole dynamic, and that's the part that I keep talking about. It's not just going to be Arch. It's going to be more than just Arch.
I'm wondering if Marcus knows about the hype train.
No, he wasn't here yet.
No, he wasn't here yet. We're gonna have to catch him up.
Yeah, we'll get him when it's time. You're gonna have plenty of time to get your hype train ready, because all the games can be heard right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, along with the pregame show that is hosted with myself, Mark Henry, and of course our guy Cam Parker. 3 hours before kickoff every football game. So you'll get to know all about Mark Henry's hype train throughout this journey.
Come on, ride it.
Yeah, don't stop it. Stop it. Speaking of that, I told you that some guys were named to some All-American teams. We mentioned Anthony Hill, Colin Simmons, and of course, we mentioned Michael Taft. But also, Athlon had their 7 Longhorn players that were named to the preseason All-American team. Arch Manning being the quarterback, Anthony Hill and Colin Simmons were all first-teamers. Michael Taft and junior tight end, Jack Endries, your guy, your go-to, Mark. He was named as a second-team All-American. Junior Malik Muhammad was named to the third team. Quintavious, my man, Trey Wisner was named to the fourth team. And then, of course, I told you Kay Klubnik was named to the first team as well with Arch Manning. So a lot of hype surrounding this football team, a lot of names out there being looked at to do so many different things, and the expectations continue to grow. But, hey, it's better than the alternative that we had before, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing you want is to go back 3 years and see 5 and 7.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's the last thing you want, because something went awfully, awfully wrong. Like for Coach Sark to be able to turn this program.
That's so far in the rear view, dog. That's why it's smaller.
Yeah, there you go. Coach Sark has done an unbelievable job of getting the program to where it is. And you know who benefited from it? Every sport at the University of Texas.
Oh, for sure.
Texas football pays the bills, and all the other sports are winning, and not because Texas is bringing in enough money to be able to funnel it to everywhere, but the leadership above Coach Sark.
Yeah.
Like it's just a well-rounded amalgamation of men and women that want to win. And I don't know if we're going to see that anywhere else right now.
Right.
You're winning everything? Like it's just not heard of.
Hey, don't get Gooch hyped up, man. You Gooch is hype man talking about we winning everything, because that's all he wants to do is win everything. Yeah. Coming up in the next segment, we will talk Major League Baseball. News came out on who's in, who's out as far as the starters. And I'm going to let Mark Henry gloat a little bit about his guy, the Judge, Aaron Judge. When we come back right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
For the the fourth time in 5 years, the Texas Longhorns have won the Directors' Cup.
Texas wins the national championship. The Longhorns are on top of the college softball world.
From the courts to the field, Texas has dominated the nation.
Texas is going to the Final Four. The Texas women are headed for the Final Four.
1300 The Zone, the home of the Texas Longhorns. Hook 'em.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now.
AM 1300 The Zone.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Get your laundry Vegas ready with Arm & Hammer Power Sheets. Just toss in a detergent sheet. No drips, no plastic jugs, no mess. Arm & Hammer is a proud sponsor of the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Clean up before you turn up. Shop Arm & Hammer Power Sheets now.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Well, good morning. Besides the usual slowdowns we always have in the area, we do have an accident reported on 360 Capitol, Texas, right there at Great Hills Trail. Also, Mopac northbound at 2222 causing no delay there. And then the off-ramp reopened at Mopac southbound, the off-ramp to Westover Road. That's now been cleared. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
Texas weather can be wild. Protect your home with residential metal roofing from Mueller Inc. Strong, stylish, and designed to last. Our metal roofs handle wind, hail, and heat with minimal maintenance. With a range of colors and styles, you'll get lasting beauty and proven durability, all backed by paint warranties up to 45 years. Visit with one of our sales representatives today at any of our locations across Texas, including Marble Falls and Spicewood.
Celebrating the 4th of July weekend calls for an ice-cold Budweiser and planning ahead for a safe ride home. This Independence Day weekend, Anheuser-Busch, MAD, Uber, Brown Distributing, and The Zone encourage you to decide to ride if you plan on drinking.
4th of July savings are here at the Home Depot, so it's time to get your grilling on. Pick up the Traeger Pro Series 22-pellet grill and smoker, now on special buy for $389, was $549. Smoke a rack of ribs or bake an apple pie, this grill is versatile enough to do it all. This summer, no matter how you like your steaks, your barbecues are guaranteed to be well done. Celebrate 4th of July with fast free delivery on select grills right now at the Home Depot. Subject to availability.
You know the feeling when you're about to cut into a juicy steak and hope it tastes as perfect as it looks? Worry no more. With Chef IQ Sense, it's possible to get it right every time. How? It's a modern, completely wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking your food, no matter how you cook it. Chef IQ Sense was designed to withstand extreme heat and can even survive in your deep fryer. From grilling to roasting or baking, Chef IQ Sense guarantees that your chicken, meat, or fish will come out exactly to your preferred outcome. Using Chef IQ Sense is so simple. Insert the wireless probe into your food, choose your desired doneness on the Chef IQ app, and it'll alert you when it's ready. Stay connected and monitor your food from anywhere over Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So stop the confusion, eliminate the risk, and serve every meal with confidence. Chef IQ Sense works out of the box and with your favorite appliances. You can find the IQ Sense at chefiq.com and save 15% at checkout with code USA. That's chefiq.com.
Shop simple. It doesn't get any easier. You're looking for a new Ford. You don't have time to spend hours at the dealership. You're busy. So Leaf Johnson Ford has made it simple. Pick yours at leafjohnsonford.com. We can bring it to you for a home test drive. Once you determine it's perfect, you can arrange financing, value your trade, and sign all your paperwork digitally. Then simply tell us where and when you want to take delivery. Leaf Johnson Ford. Leaf Johnson Ford has made buying a new Ford simple.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay, things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em horns.
We got the world's strongest take coming up in the next segment. Mark, what's your world's strongest take going to be about today?
Hardge, how about them Cowboys?
Oh, man, it goes right along with the hype train that goes with Arch Manning. So, yeah, this is perfect, man. This is perfect. I like that. I like that, man.
You know, I don't want to get into it too much. I'm saving for the next segment, but
yeah.
I'm just blown away with anticipation. It's been a while since I've been hopeful or optimistic. I forgot what it felt like.
Okay.
Like
We'll
being a
talk about
Cowboy
it.
fan. And I can't wait for Stephen A. Smith
Oh, Lord.
to just to eat it, Hardge.
Well,
I want
he's
him
gonna
to
get an opportunity.
every negative word that he said about the franchise.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but we're going to see what's going to happen, and we'll talk about it in the next segment from my boy Mark Henry with his world's strongest take. But right now, I want to talk Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball, we are fastly approaching the All-Star Game, July the 15th in Atlanta. It will be at Truist Park. Excited about that. We had Chipper Jones on last week talking about he'll be coaching the Futures game against Marquise Grissom, but that means that Chipper Jones is going to be the ambassador of the All-Star game since it's in Atlanta. Obviously, that's on a Tuesday, the 15th.
Okay. You going?
I'm in discussions for it. We shall see. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. We went last year. Got a chance to go last year with Craig Way and Cam Parker. My good friend Barrett Nicholson got us taken care of. And, hey, man, it was outstanding for us to be able to go there. You know, Craig is a huge Dodger fan, and we got a chance to see Shohei Ohtani hit a home run and everything like that. So it was a pretty cool moment. But Atlanta's going to be busy. You know that as well as I do. We got SEC Media Days that will be going on. We got so much stuff that's happening that it's going to be time consuming, and it's not going to be like it was last year where it was in the state of Texas. But they did announce the starters for the All-Star game. The rest of the rosters will be complete on Sunday. But right now in the American League, Cal Raleigh his nickname is the Big Dumper, Mark. I wanted to ask you about nicknames. His nickname is Big Dumper, but he has 33 home runs in 84 games. He's done an unbelievable job. Obviously, we'll talk about Aaron Judge in a minute. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who has got his fourth All-Star starter selection, just signed that $14 million, 14-year, $500 million extension. He's putting up big numbers, and he was the number one. Paul Goldschmidt was the runner-up from Texas State. He was the runner-up from the Yankees. This is an interesting one because he's a former Yankee, and it's Gleyber Torres, and he now is a Detroit Tiger, and he is the starting second baseman. His first starter selection as an all-star. He left the Yankees and went to Detroit and continues to put up numbers. Jacob Wilson, the rookie, has just been banging the baseball all over the place. He's the second in the American League in hitting at a .339. He's behind Aaron Judge. He doesn't strike out, and he doesn't take walks. I mean, like, this dude just swings at everything, and somehow, some way, he gets it done. He will be the starting shortstop. Bobby Witt Jr. was the runner-up to the starter, one of my favorite players. Ryan O'Hearn is the first-year starter for the Orioles as the DH. He'll be there. Ben Rice was the runner-up from your Yankees. Aaron Judge, his 7th starter selection. And let's just talk about his year, Mark. 358, and he is killing the baseball. I believe he had 2 home runs last night and continues to be a superstar when it comes to that. So talk about your guy.
Well, I mean, when you see him approach the plate, he approaches the plate with more confidence than anybody since probably Mark McGwire. Mark McGwire used to go, you knew that he was either going to walk or hit a home run.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where Judge has got. But that team has got to do better. They make so many errors, Hardge. And I mean, I know I'm sounding whiny because that's my team, and I hate seeing them struggle like they're struggling. But we talked about this with Texas. It seemed like Texas would get all these guys on base, but they wouldn't bring them home.
Right.
And maybe the order is out of alignment, or you're on defense and you got a routine double play, but you want to pat the ball and, like put some mustard on the hot dog. Man, just throw the ball. Like they're doing stuff that just is not necessary. And I'm not a baseball aficionado. I've always watched since I played in the 9th grade. But bro, like this is a game. It's a game that you can play it till you're 60 years old.
Wow.
They're acting like it's work.
Well,
People out there, like, they're not playing with fun. They're not having fun.
Well, some of the purists don't want you to have too much fun, Mark. They want to make sure that you're not doing dances as you hit the home run. They want to make sure,
man.
You got to stay locked in. But nonetheless, your guy Aaron Judge is absolutely killing the baseball, and him and Shohei Ohtani look to be back-to-back MVPs once again. Riley Green of the Tigers, he is going to be in the outfield. It's his first time as a starter. And this one is very cool. Javier Baez. This is a guy that over the last couple seasons, people have been clowning him to no end. He has been just one of those guys that couldn't get right. You mentioned couldn't get right. Well, that's what happened with Javier Baez. For some reason, they moved him to the outfield, and now this is his 3rd starter election as an all-star. But this is the cool thing about it. He is the first all-star to be named in 3 different positions. He was a second baseman. He was named, and that was in 2018. In 2019, he was named as a shortstop, and now he is the one that is being named as an all-star in the outfield. So what a reclamation for Javier Baez. So I'm pretty proud of him for that. National League, you got Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, Ketel Marte as the second baseman. You got Francisco Lindor, who's an absolute stud. He is one of those guys that every time I watch him play, you think he's going to make a fabulous play in the field and possibly hit a home run from either side of the plate. Does a great job. Manny Machado, third baseman from the Padres, designated hitter, obviously. Shohei Ohtani, unbelievable numbers, continues to move it. Ronald Acuna Jr., which was interesting to me because he didn't play until May 23rd. He's only played 35 games, and he's named a starter in the All-Star game, and he's going to do the home run derby. So that'll be really cool too, because he is an Atlanta Brave. Pete Crow Armstrong from the Cubs is the starting center fielder, and Kyle Tucker. I know Astro fans don't want to hear this, but Kyle Tucker is in the All-Star game as an outfielder, but he's doing it with the Cubs.
What do you think about this argument that the big dumper should be up there in the talks for MVP?
He should be. He should be. I mean, what he's doing as a catcher and the numbers that he's putting up already at 33 home runs, that's something that's really impressive when you think about it. You start to put in the fact that this guy swings it. I'm talking about absolutely crushes the baseball and still has to be able to control the pitching staff. And the cool part about him, man, if he walked down the street right next to you, you would not know who he was. Like, he is one of those dudes that he's unassuming. He probably was the one that was delivering the UPS package. And then next thing you know, he hitting the home runs, just crushing it. And it's really cool to see that somebody in Seattle besides the center fielder Rodriguez is getting some love, and a lot of people are paying attention to what Seattle is trying to do. As I said, the rest of the All-Stars will be named this weekend, so we'll find out more by next week. But, of course, you know what time it is. WWE Hall of Famer and the World's Strongest Man is getting ready to bring you his World's Strongest Take. And as I told y'all yesterday, make sure y'all put on your seatbelt because this hype dude is going to be too much. And I can't stop him because I'm not there. I'm not there to stop him. So we're going to let him roll right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300. The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
We have an object reported on the roadway in the right lane. This is going to be 183 northbound at Lakeline Boulevard, causing really no delay at this moment. Accident reported on the Mopac northbound at 2222. And finally, disabled vehicle blocking the center lane, 35 southbound at FM 1626 Onion Creek Parkway. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
Mark, I saw a plate that said QB Killer. Was that yours?
You know it, and I got it at myplace.com where legends can personalize their own plate.
I tried to give Champ, but it was already taken.
Probably by me, twice.
Man, they got everything from Hook'em to Grill Daddy.
Use code The Zone for discounts. Unless you're scared of a little personality on your plate.
Scared? Please. I'm ordering Hardge 1 right now. MyPlates.com and put some Texas swag on your ride.
Take me out to the ball game.
Book a stay out of town.
Book a spa package and lounge by the pool.
The kids agree that this trip really rules.
So we'll book an apartment with space for the whole family. And it's 1, 2, 3 clicks away to your perfect Booking.com stay.
The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Official accommodation partner of MLB.
Do you disregard people's personal space? Sitting next to people in public, even if there are tons of open seats? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. It's Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Now through Tuesday, save up to 70% on top brands and get a queen mattress for just $89.99. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
At Hannah Chevrolet, we like to keep things simple. So the price we agree on is the exact price you pay. That means no bait and switches, no absurd additions, no mandatory dealer packages that are magically added at the finance table. At Henna, this can save you $3,000 to $5,000. Just straightforward, all-inclusive pricing, incredible customer service, and a vehicle you're going to love. So come in and together let's drive at Henna Chevrolet or Henna.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and price is so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21. From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather. A few showers this afternoon, a high of 86. A stray shower or storm possible tonight, a low of 76. 4th of July Friday, a chance of morning showers, a high near 90.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Hit play on the perfect summer playlist like Summer Classics. Road tripping with commercial-free weekends on Smells Like the 90s. Or zone out in the shade with a good podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
iHeartRadio. 1300 The Zone and the Round Rock Express. That's a double play. That's what I do! That's what I do!
That's what he does. That's right. WWE Hall of Famer and the world's strongest man, the Mark Henry, gets you hyped up like no other. And that's why he brings you his world's strongest take. Take it away, big fella.
Hardge?
Yes, sir.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. Marcus. Back then they didn't know me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Guys, today I'm going to do a little bit of something that is very common for me. And that is be a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. It's no secret. I'm just going to go on record right now. I had a text yesterday saying you should do more takes about the Texans. And I said, you know what? I've done takes about the Texans, but not today. Guys, Coach Schottenheimer, a.k.a. Coach Shotty, is done a really good job of getting the players to be on one accord, to be on the same page. He believes that team building and getting everybody to buy into playing for each other will allow for them to win as a team. This week, they had a basketball contest. The veterans, that former Cowboys, they invite them to come and compete with them. They want the older former Cowboys to come and mentor. Sound familiar? Sounds like Texas. There was a time when the regime did not want people from the outside coming in. They felt like it was undermining them. But that's not the case. Coach Schottenheimer has found that in his experience and with his father's teachings, that a happy team and a team that plays together, they play better longer. And that's something that I feel like I believe in that. I truly believe in it. It was 30-30. These two teams shooting free throws. And I don't know how many people was on the team, but it seemed like the number would have been higher than 30 points. But it's tied up 30-30. And Joe Looney is competing against former Cowboy linebacker Brady James. The offense and the defensive guys are all cheering for their respective guys. And it comes down to the last two. Brady James goes, he makes one, makes it 30, and misses his next one. And then Joe Looney goes up hard. And he knocks down both his free throws. And the offensive line and the offense goes crazy. They have one of the best practices they said that they've had. And you have all of these outstanding players like Osa Odigizua. He got to meet Randy White for the first time. And Randy White was telling him, you know what, man? You have to go out there and play with passion. If you miss an assignment, miss that assignment going 100 miles an hour, the speed will always make up for your mistake. And I mean, just it's little bitty things that the Cowboys are getting. And I'm optimistic. I don't want to, I want Stephen A. Smith to take some L's this year. Every time I see him put that cowboy hat on and come on and joke and laugh and point the finger at the camera, it just makes me sick to my stomach. I'm optimistic. I really do think, I know when we did the roster, I said the Cowboys would win 9 games, but it was a mistake, and I said 10 games. Dak being healthy and this team playing together like a brotherhood, this could be a 10, 11 win team. What say you?
I mean, you don't have to tell me twice when it comes to what I think about the boys. Them boys is who they are. We them boys. But as everything goes into account and you start to look at those records, I sent you that information yesterday about Dak and where he was and how he is in that division. There's definitely a chance of that, but there's also a chance that they go out there and all the hype around the togetherness of the team kind of changes it. Look, I've said that Vegas has them at 7.5 wins. Wow. 7.5. So I already bet my money on the over. So I'm good with that. So I'll be back out here to collect when it hit. But but I do like what we're hearing. And you talk about the noise, right? Like the noise of negativity seems to have quieted quite a bit. That's why you don't hear Screaming A. Smith right now talking about the Cowboys and their lackluster moves. They're actually doing anything. The one thing that people continue to talk about, though, and I agree with it, is when you start looking at all these workout videos and you're seeing things that are going on, the fact of the reality is the Cowboys did not go after Derrick Henry and did not go after Saquon Barkley. That's unexcusable, let alone not even talking about Nick Chubb this year, where you had trouble scoring in the red zone on running the ball. I saw a video the other day of where what was number? He ended up leaving. He went Pollard. Couldn't get over the goal line. Like, you didn't have the power to run through somebody on the goal line, and we've had that year in and year out. Those are
Maffa in the draft.
I know you keep saying that, but we haven't seen what Maffa can do. Those guys that I just mentioned all had a track record. Those guys were thumpers. Those guys can get you that 3rd and 1, that 4th and short. You can do some different things, but I'm with you, though. I'm with you. I'm excited about it. I'm down with it, and I appreciate the fact that you continue to give me the love of the Dallas Cowboys, because, man, oh, man, do we need it from time to time.
We really need it after the last 15 years. This is a drought of biblical proportion.
Well, hopefully we get a change, because if our guy Dak Prescott can stay healthy, gives us a better opportunity to have some success, and I'm all here for that.
Yeah, we need 40 days and 40 nights of windfall.
Yeah. Not too much wind and not too much to fall. We're going to make some things happen, though. When we come back, we'll close out the show and send you to Dan Patrick. But there's a show that is coming up on the SEC network that is must watch. Yeah, We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The Craig Way Show with Craig Way.
Tex Schramm, you'd hear him on with Brad Sham when we had the show and I was the producer for it, called Ask Tex Schramm. This was like 1987. The football Cardinals were moving to Arizona. Brad Sham is doing the show. And so he asked him, he said, well, does that mean also now there'll be a change that the Atlanta Falcons would move from the NFC West to the NFC East? The Texas response was, well, once you're on an airplane, what difference does it make?
Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. on AM 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
We have an object reported on the roadway in the right lane. This is going to be 183 northbound at Lakeline Boulevard, causing really no delay at this moment. Accident reported on the Mopac northbound at 2222. And finally, disabled vehicle blocking the center lane, 35 southbound at FM 1626 Onion Creek Parkway. I'm Alan Craig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
What up, Mario Lopez here? You know, I love me a throwback like the Staples Easy button. It's back and bringing more easy than ever. Custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Plus, next day delivery to over 98% of the U.S. Yeah, Staples, that was easy.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out?
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
After 48 years, Factory Mattress is going out of business forever. Over $15 million worth of world-class mattress brands must be sold immediately. Up to 80% off at Austin and San Antonio's largest independent mattress retailer. Everything must go, right down to the bare walls. Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. No interest financing is still available. The Factory Mattress going out of business sale is happening now at all 14 locations. Don't miss it.
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's VIOME.com, promo code THRIVE.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying for it. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
In the podcast, The United States of Kennedy, two Kennedy-obsessed hosts with contrasting perspectives take a deep dive into the Kennedy family's impact, good and bad, on American culture. This week, we're talking about Teddy Kennedy and Chappaquiddick.
There's the official record, and then there's a lot of other theories about what happened that night, and I have my own.
Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow The United States of Kennedy and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day, whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains. You need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC-branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
This is your home for the Round Rock Express. 1300 The Zone.
What a great week of the morning kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. If you missed any parts of that, make sure you get over to the podcast page, download that free iHeartRadio app, make us #1 on your preset, and of course, get all the updates every time something's going on, because we are the home of Texas football. And make sure you listen to the voice of Texas football, the Craig Way Show, every day, Monday through Friday, 2 to 5 p.m. right there on that app, or always on AM 1300 The Zone. And my man Mark Henry's doing his thing, got a nice hat. I'm a little jealous. I got to talk to my folks.
It's for you.
But it's not. It was for you, but it's not. And then you're gifting, and I appreciate you gifting, because I do need a new Covert hat. Both of us are sponsored by Covert, endorsed by Covert. So I want to make sure that I represent at all times. Speaking of representing, I want to play some sound for you, but I want to make sure that I say congratulations to my son and my daughter-in-law, as we have welcomed baby Hardge, number 2. I got my granddaughter now, so I have a grandson and I have a granddaughter.
Yeah.
Mama and a baby are doing well. Pops is smiling from ear to ear, and Mark, he has joined the Girl Dad Club. So now he already knows. He sent a picture and he's looking into her eyes, and I'm like, "You're done, bro. You are done. You are locked in for show." So
did you know it was gonna be a girl?
Yeah, we knew it was gonna be a girl.
Oh man, why do people do that?
Well, I mean, we gotta buy gifts, man. What you talking about? I mean, they can't be walking in. You gotta make sure you got everything lined up, the room and everything. So it wasn't. Yeah, we did everything. We knew it was gonna be a girl, and it was good.
Listen, I'm gonna break it to y'all right now. This is not breaking news. This is just the way it is. Gift cards. I'm not going shopping for you.
They give you a registry,
You're
bro.
supposed to shop for yourself.
They give you a registry.
Yeah, just put in $500 and call it a day.
Oh man, we should have put you on the list. They'd be real excited you put in 500.
Hey, family. That's the family gifting. All y'all friends out there that didn't get 500, now you know why.
I love that.
Y'all get that $100 or that $50 gas card. That's you're welcome.
It's about 2 tanks.
Just read the card.
Just read the card.
That's all it is. The card and the gas card.
That's right.
Can't miss it. Tell me you're gonna turn it down.
No, I'm definitely taking all that. Just make sure it's activated because I don't want to go up there and not be activated. like we did at the hotel.
Oh, in Dallas. Thanks, iHeartRadio. Here, take this card. Oh, I forgot. You have to redeem it first.
The way my checking and my savings was set up. I'll get back to you.
Hey, man, I'm inspired, man.
Yeah, but I've got 5 on our day off. But by the way, we will not be on tomorrow as we will be off, but we will be back on Monday and bringing you the morning kickoff live and in living color. I want you to hear this promo for a show that is going to be coming on SEC Network. It's almost like a 30 for 30, and I'm telling you right now, I cannot wait.
7 national championships in 10 years. What they have in common? Wishbone, baby.
This offense revolutionized college football. It changed the fortunes of Texas, Oklahoma, and Alabama. It was just a thing of beauty.
Who set national records? It will never be broken.
Let me tell you a story about the offense that created legends. An SEC story film, Wishbone, Thursday, July 17th at 7 p.m. on SEC Network.
Cannot wait.
I can't wait either.
Cannot wait. The Wishbone was something at one point in my life, I thought that I was going to be the perfect quarterback for the Wishbone. I was a huge, huge fan of what I saw with Jamel Holloway, JC.
Oh, my gosh.
Charles
That's the
Thompson.
number one name that was in my head.
Jamel Holloway was the dude, man. I changed my face mask. Because I wanted mine to be like Jamel Holloway. The way he ran that Wishbone was the reason why Barry Switzer just always smiles, because he knew he had J.C. Watts, he had Jamel Holloway, and he had Charles Thompson back to back to back. And let's not forget, he did have Troy Aikman, and Mac Brown at one point was the offensive coordinator for the Oklahoma Sooners when Troy Aikman was the starting quarterback. So before he went to UCLA. But yeah, the Wishbone is something that you continue to think about. Think about James Street here at the University of Texas and what he was able to do running that offense, but the evolution of the Wishbone was something that it can't be denied.
Listen, Oklahoma, Texas, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Watching Nebraska do the wing T and the Maryland I and the Wishbone, they were so difficult to stop, and they could throw out of it. They didn't throw often.
Yeah.
But when they threw the ball, like, you had no idea where the ball was. The camera always get caught over here, but the ball, somebody was running the ball over here. Like, I just love that brand of football. I can't wait for that too, Hardge.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting time. And as always, man, it's been an exciting time out here in Vegas. And a shout out to my boy, Kenny, for his birthday yesterday. My new granddaughter was born yesterday, late last night. So July the 2nd is always going to be special. July the 4th, my late grandfather's birthday. So we'll be celebrating him as well. And as always, Mark, man, make sure you have a good time this weekend. We get some rest. We get to sleep in. We was going to let you drive in and be in there by yourself, but we just wanted to remind everybody
I'm so glad that y'all didn't rib me, because if I got here and I'm like, where is everybody? And then I text you or call you and you say, hey, man, we're off today.
You would have came to the crib, wouldn't you?
Oh, man, it wouldn't have been good for y'all. Let's say it like that.
For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. Make sure you tune in Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. for the morning kickoff. Make sure you stick around for the Craig Way show this afternoon, 2 to 5. And, of course, have a great weekend. And just remember this, don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
The Athletes Unlimited Softball League is coming to Round Rock July 17th through the 20th at Dell Diamond. Watch these legendary AUSL Pro softball players on the Bandits and Bolts battle it out.